No matter what business model you look at, there's always going to be people telling you it's dead. There's always going to be people telling you that's dead, it doesn't work anymore, amongst other things. If you're wondering if you can still make money day trading in today's age, you can. The truth is, no matter what you choose to pursue, it only works if you choose to make it work for you. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why day trading is still a viable business model for you to start. Now, trading originally started out before the market was even a thing. Okay, you had farmers back in the day who would buy a price of corn or whatever it is, and they would sell it in the future date for a higher price. Now, as technology started to advance, the New York Stock Exchange became a thing, and now you had a lot of public companies who are now trading on the exchange. This meant that the average American can finally invest in all of these companies. Now, typically how markets work is there's usually a spread, and that means there's always going to be a buyer and a seller of a certain stock. For example, if we're taking a look at Apple, let's say it's at $50, the spread may be $50 by $50.03, which would be a 3-point spread or a 3-cent spread. And essentially means if you want to buy Apple, you're going to have to buy it at $50.03 instead of $50. That's because the person in the middle, which is typically the broker, is going to be taking that spread. Now, back in the old days when there was no computers, you simply had to trade by actually going to an exchange or by finding a broker to place the trades for you. Everything was done on paper and the trades in the market was a lot slower. Now, as time advanced and technology went and moved on, there came a point where you could finally just buy and sell online. This made day trading a more viable business and very easy to actually become a successful career for someone. Now it's gotten to a point where there are a lot of algos who are getting in and out in milliseconds that are making all the big banks and all the big hedge funds millions of dollars every single day. But that being said, you can still make a lot of money as a retail trader simply by looking at the charts and day trading yourself from home. Now, just because technology has advanced doesn't mean it became any easier for you to be successful with day trading. There's still a lot of difficulties when it comes to making this your full-time gig. One of the biggest challenges is finding a strategy that actually works. Now, the big banks, the hedge funds, they have access to these algos and they're paying, different people and different companies millions of dollars just to make these algorithms that are making them hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars every single day. Now, if you don't have access to that technology, even though you can still look at the same price and still the same stock charts that these guys are looking at, it's going to be a lot harder for you to actually be successful because you don't have that technology. This being said, there are still a lot of ways that you can make money simply by looking at the charts yourself. Now, there are a few regulatory or SEC charges that the government likes to put on us that makes it very tough for us to day trade. One of them being the PDT rule, stands for the pattern day trader rule, which means you can't make more than 3 day trades in a 5-day rolling period unless you have over $25,000 in your account. Now, for most people, it obviously seems like a big issue, but it's actually quite a good thing because it protects you from being stupid and taking too many trades and blowing up your entire account. Now, there are a lot of ways to get around this. You can use an offshore account, you can trade using options with a cash account. Those roll over the next day, so you can essentially just day trade every day with options. That's not too big of an issue. However, you do need to be aware of the potential risk with any other regulatory changes or government setbacks that they may put on the market. The biggest mistake that a lot of traders make when they first get into trading is simply thinking that they can get rich quick. When I first started, I funded an account with $1,000 and in 3 days, I blew it up after I thought I was going to take it $2 million in just a month. There are a lot of people who are saying you can get rich quick. I'm telling you firsthand, that is not the case. Day trading is a skill that takes a long time to master, and unfortunately for most people, you end up losing money. Nonetheless, it is still very much possible in today's age to become successful at it and make it your full-time job. Another big mistake that a lot of traders do is they simply size too heavy in the beginning. What I mean by that is they may fund an account with $5,000, $10,000, whatever it is, and they think that their strategy is going to work. They don't think that they can ever lose money, and they go all in with their account and end up losing the entire account in simply 1 or 2 trades. It may seem crazy, but it actually happens all the time. When I first started, I flew up probably 12 accounts in the first 2 years I was trading. It sounds ridiculous, but it's actually very common in the space. The best way to avoid this is simply by having good risk management. If you're able to only risk 1 to 2% of your account per trade, that's going to give you a lot of opportunity to come back the next day in case you have a few losing trades in the same day. There are a lot of opportunities for day traders in 2023. One of them is simply by day trading, looking at charts themselves. Nobody is stopping you from having the same technology that I have when it comes to looking at charts. We're all looking at the same information. Day trading really comes to who is able to look at that information and take the most opportunity from it. The most important part when it comes to trading is making sure that you have a strategy. So you're not simply buying whenever you think price is going to go go up, or selling whenever you think price is going to go down. You need to have a strategy that tells you if price does this, there's a good chance that price is going to do this. No strategy is going to have a 100% win rate. However, if you can have just a 55% win rate or a 60% win rate, in the long run, that's going to make you money. And honestly, most day traders, the profitable ones, the ones who are successful, only have a win rate of about 60 to 65%, if that. You don't need to shoot for a 70% or an 80% win rate. Find something that works, stick with it, continue trading that setup only. There are loads of different strategies you can use when it comes to trading in 2023. You can day trade, which is getting in and out in the same day. You can swing trade, which is getting in and out within a few weeks or a few months, or even just 1 or 2 days. There are also different ways that you can play with options, right? You can sell different options. You can have complex option strategies. You can trade futures. You can trade the price of gold. You can trade the price of silver. There's a million different things you can do when it comes to trading. But again, what's important is that you have a strategy that actually works. One other thing that you want to keep in mind is that the market is always changing. What worked trading 5 years ago may not work today in 2023. And it's important that you're able to identify how the market is shifting and how that may impact your strategy. A lot of people will tend to change their strategy every year or so depending on market conditions. Sometimes, especially when Trump was president, you would see the market a lot crazier, a lot more volatile. It would go up and down very fast overnight, and you needed to be able to have a strategy that works in that environment. Nowadays, price is a little bit more stable. However, you still need to make sure that your strategy works in this environment as it's always changing. One of the biggest things that I like to do with my strategy when it comes to market conditions is simply identifying what type of environment we're in, and that for me is going to determine if I'm doing more of a day trading or more of a swing trading type of play. Typically, if price is a little bit more stable, a little bit more slow, a little bit easier to identify that we're in a constant uptrend, I'm going to be doing a lot more swing trading. Price is very up and down, a lot more volatile. I'm typically going to be doing a little bit more day trading. At the end of the day, you need a strategy that works for you. Some people like to swing trade, some people like to day trade, some people like to get in and out within a few seconds. Others are not that patient, or maybe they are patient. They want to go and wait for a few weeks before they even take a trade. So it's important for you to identify what works for you and also what works for the current market condition. As you can see, trading is without a doubt still a viable business model in 2023. As with everything else, it's simply whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. If you put in the work studying, you put in the work, the time to backtest a strategy and find a real edge in the market, you're going to get rewarded with consistent profits. Now for me, that ended up taking about 2 to 3 years for me to finally find that edge. If you're looking to shorten the learning curve, you can click the link below. I have a free training for you showing the exact 3-phase system I use to make my strategy, the one that I've been using full time for the last 2 years. You can click the link, watch my free training, and then also book a call with me or someone from my team to see if you'd be a good fit for learning my exact strategy and joining my mentorship group, where we will help you become consistently profitable in just 8 weeks. If you like this one, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.